Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a sit down chat type of thing. I want to talk about stewardship. Each year I have a word for the year, and not this year, but last year my word was stewardship. And so that was my focus for 2024, and we're going to get into how that came about. Um, but yeah, normally each year at the end of the previous year, I will have kind of a topic or inspiration word that kind of just is repetitive to me. Does anyone else have that? You just kind of know, like, okay, this year is about to be about such and such. And for me, this year, 2025, my word is reverence, um, the fear of God. But that's another video for another day. Today, I want to talk about stewardship. So let's get into it. I wanted to talk about stewardship because honestly, it's what's been laid on my heart to address on my platform and just share my experience with stewardship, what I learned throughout my year of stewardship being my focus, and just honestly relate, see what you guys have learned as well concerning stewardship, and have an open dialogue, honestly, have a discussion. Where are we at in our stewardship? Um, are we intentional about it, or do we need some work in the area? Um, let's talk about it. I'm going to start, first of all, with the beginning. Let's start at the beginning. So, I initially developed stewardship or heard the word stewardship for my word of the year in a season where I had gone from having multiple businesses, um, all the things on my vision boards, very ambitious, very just focused on income and that kind of thing, just very financially driven. And it came to a point where I kind of got burnt out, honestly. I started to get burned out, just having my hand in so many different things. And so, approaching 2024, I had asked God, what is it that you actually want me to focus on? Like, which of these things, which business should I focus on so I'm not putting all of my eggs in one basket because I'm getting tired. So, thankfully, I had been at home. I have been at home um, for the past 5 years. So these were like businesses of my own or things I could do from home. And so, yeah, it's like, although I was at home, I had the freedom to do these things at my own will and create my own schedule. It started to pile up. So it got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna let go what I need to let go. Those words, those words carry weight. So I asked God, what should I focus on out of all of these things? Where do I put my attention and just really cultivate instead of being spread thin? I still wanted to, the whole point of me being at home was to be with my children. So it's like my attention and my time was getting consumed with all of these things. And I wanted to find a sense of balance. So that's where my mindset was, where I shortly after came upon stewardship. So once I said this prayer, asking for clarity, asking for direction on what I needed to focus on, I experienced basically a Job season. And I'm sure y'all can probably relate. Or if you can't, if you haven't had a Job season or you haven't heard the story of Job, I recommend reading it. It's a good book. But yeah, so I basically had a Job season where all the businesses that I was working on, no more. I can't tell you what happened, but all I know is I looked up one day and bless you. I looked up one day and things were not the same. They were not the same. So while I'm sitting here, I'm still at home. So I'm sitting here like, where did everything go? And honestly, as time goes on, I'm seeing like I'm not the only one who experienced this. It was like a season of pruning, a season of stripping away. And it was like no matter how hard we tried, things just were not aligning for whatever reason. So yes, the businesses, kind of had a rough season. And so I even was like, okay, let me apply for some jobs. Let me see if I can work from home. Nothing. So at that point, I find myself sitting here at home with my children, at a point with no car, and we're just here in the house all day, every day. And actually, I was pregnant with my son at the time. He wasn't even necessarily born yet, but all of this was happening while I was pregnant with him. So I'm just here, pregnant. I'm like, we got a whole baby on the way. So what's happening? What's tea? Um, but being in that position forced my hand. It forced me to truly release all control and say, Father, not my will, but yours. I trust you. And in that heart posture is where the word stewardship really was heavy on my spirit. And so it was this idea, this revelation that I needed to steward the blessings and the things that He had given me. I'm going to say that again. I needed to focus on stewarding the things that He had blessed me with. And in that, I realized I was distracted. I was very distracted with all these different things I had going on. And I wasn't necessarily asking for His input and saying, Father, is this your will? No, I was just, hustling. I was trying to achieve certain levels and certain, things, but I wasn't consulting Him about it. So once I finally asked Him, where do I need to focus my attention? All them things fell off. And He said, you focus your attention here on the things that I blessed you with. And that is, first of all, me, myself, my temple. He blessed me with this body that is still operating fully and wholly and wakes up each and every day. So am I stewarding myself well? So me, my husband, my marriage and my husband, how am I stewarding that? That was also something that I needed to redirect my focus to. Was I being intentional? And it's not to say I was neglecting him, but what was my priority? And my priority had become the grind. So I needed to steward myself, my marriage slash husband, my children. In that season where all these things were, all these distractions were removed and things were pruned, I recognized that, my time was taken up and I wasn't able to do the things that I had wanted to really do with my children. So, yes, I was here with them every day, but I wasn't here with them every day, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm here, but I'm on the computer, I'm on phone calls, I'm taking notes, I'm journaling, I'm brainstorming, and I'm doing all these things, and I'm not spending intentional time with them or her. At the time, it was just my daughter. But yes, so my children, the whole reason I even started staying home was to be with her and to spend time with her and to even homeschool. We homeschool. So, yes, the whole reason I even stayed home from work was to be able to homeschool and raise her in a hands on fashion. So, I was slipping away from that. Um, so, my children, my husband, my body, my home, that's a whole nother testimony. We've been in this home for 6 years now, and we do have a total of 4 children now. I have 2 bonus babies that are older, and I have Zoe, my daughter that I birthed, and BJ, the youngest now. And so, with having that many children and a dog, um, we started to kind of feel like, oh, this is small, this isn't enough, we need more, we need bigger. And so, at that time I'm hustling. I'm like, we need a mansion. We're looking at these $2 million mansions and just ambitious. And that's not to say that that's a bad thing, but it's the heart posture behind it. And I do feel that it was coming from an ungrateful place. And so, again, in the pruning season, we had to really operate on faith and fumes. So it got to the point where I was so grateful just to even have a roof over our heads. And so even that was a wake up call to be like, this is enough. Like, we're fine. We're literally fine. We have a roof over our heads. And if he so chooses to bless us with something bigger, wonderful. But until then, while we're here, I'm going to be grateful. We're going to be grateful, and we're going to take care of it, and we're going to steward it well, and we're going to treat it like it's the $2 million mansion, because it is a blessing. This was once a prayer of ours. So why now is it not good enough? Sorry. I might have just clocked somebody right there. I'm sorry, girl, but that's for me too. But yes, so everything, stewarding myself and my temple, my husband, my children, my home, even our cars. And the number one thing, of course, is a relationship with him, my relationship with God. And I've always had some form of a relationship with him. I grew up in the church, you know, typical story of growing up in the church, straying away, coming back, straying away again, coming back. Um, but yeah, just priorities. What are the priorities? How is the list of priorities lining up? If the hustle is above everything else, it's out of order. It's out of order. And so in my stewardship season, I learned and came to the realization and the acceptance of the purpose that He has given me and not a purpose that the world gave me an idea of. And when I say that, I mean the purpose that He gave me was motherhood and marriage, being a wife, and honestly, like womanhood, is being a woman, a godly woman. And so those are my top priorities, is Him and my family, and then everything else can come after. And friendships friendships as well is another thing that is so important to steward in that season. um my dearest, closest sisters ended up moving away, and we each had our own battles going on. And so to be separated and pulled apart when we were really in the trenches together at first, and really the whole time we were in the trenches together, and having community and having each other to, pick each other up where needed and encourage one another, that was so, it was a blessing. That was such a huge blessing. And the support is unmatched. Like having godly, divinely aligned sisterhood is top tier. And so for us to go from being able to see each other all the time and talk all the time and, have that hands-on support, to them ending up having to move. They moved away out of state. So it came to a point where I was just like, we're going through, but now we're going through without the level of community that we had. And so I also recognize the importance of stewarding friendships, even in distance. It's just important to keep your friends close, communicate. And it's not even about you. It's not about me. It's about being the body, letting Him use us in community. It takes us together. Isolation, it may sometimes be for a season, but that's not the end goal. We are to be the church. We are the church. It's not the building, it's us as a people, as a community, as the body. And so we need to steward that well. We need to value those people that are around us, that He's aligned us with and blessed us with. And so I truly cherish and make an effort to show my love for my friends as well. I don't want to ramble on too long, but all in all, I really wanted to share my story, share my testimony of how I came to value stewardship. And stewardship is basically managing and taking care of and valuing the blessings that you have. Because it says, when you are faithful over little, He will make you ruler over much. So it's not about the ruler over much part. That part comes second. It's when we're faithful over little. And that's not even to say what we have is little. What we have a lot of the times is an answered prayer. it's a blessing. But we get distracted by the things, by the shiny things, and living in this world of influencers and, influence this, influence that. You need the latest this, you need the new that. Like, it's easy to get distracted and lose sight of what you have and the things that he's already given you and blessed you with. So in that season, I had to recognize that my home, my family, my husband, me, and my temple are the things I need to focus on. And of course, my relationship with him. And so I went from the boss girl era mindset to a homemaker, honestly. And it's been so much more peaceful. It's been so much more joyful. It's been so much more fulfilling. And in letting go of control, in going through that season, God showed out. And I'm not saying that in a way of like, we got the mansion or we got this or that, but he showed out in confirming how faithful he is. He provided and continues to provide all of our needs, literally according to his riches and glory, because things will just come from all directions unexpectedly, right in the nick of time. But that really, really has grown my faith and grown my trust in him. And now my prayer is not only let your will be done, but God, I trust you. Anytime something pops up at this point, I'm just like, God, I trust you. Like I've literally gone from, I was a manager, I was in a managerial position when I was still working a 9 to 5. I went from that, managing, I don't know, 50 employees, to dependency. And I'll say that proudly, that I am dependent. I'm dependent on him. And he uses my husband as a funnel and whoever else he will use. But I just know and trust that all of my provisions are made through him. I don't feel like I have to strive anymore. And that's not to say like I'm not going to make an effort to make income, or is it, maybe it is, I don't know, but like I'm doing this and maybe it'll bring income, maybe it won't, I don't know. That's literally up to him at the end of the day, and whatever his will is, so be it. And so that's the thing, is like to go from thinking I have to work so hard, I have to stress myself out and sweat, blood, tears, all of that, going from that to now it's taken care of. It's taken care of. He got it. He got it. And that's it. That's it. So it's up to him to bless it or not. I'll, I put in applications for jobs, but my heart now wasn't like, oh, I need this, I want it so bad. It was more so like, I'm gonna put it out there, and if he chooses to, align that for me, cool. If not, that's not his will for me, and that's cool too. And I'm gonna just do what he tells me to do. And I know that in doing that, in obedience, he'll continue to show up for me and us, really. It's not me. It's not that I'm special in that respect. Like if and when we put our trust in him, he shows up every time, on time. Literally. Like, I hope y'all feel it, because there's definitely going to be more to come. Like, my friends even have wild testimonies. Like, this is not just me. I'm not crazy. I might sound crazy, but like, He literally will make it happen when you trust him and when you put your own will aside and just allow him to do what he's going to do. 10 out of 10 recommend. And it might be a little messy at first. You might feel like it's messy. You might feel like things are falling apart, but they're really falling together in your favor. And it's in retrospect that we're like, oh, okay, that's why that had to happen. And we be grateful. We're like, okay, thank you. You handled that. Handled. So, I think that's everything. I just kind of ended up rambling, which I guess that was the goal of this video today. I just wanted to talk with you guys and speak on stewardship. I'm considering making this a series. This may be the intro video. Let me know if you guys want more in-depth stewardship conversations. I can do a video specifically on stewarding our temple, specifically on stewarding our relationship with him, specifically on stewarding our children, marriage, so on and so forth, friendship, everything I mentioned. I can do specific videos for each one if that's something you guys would like to see. So let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for tuning in. Until next